All right, let's get on here to see what news we have, and we'll try to get into some reading for you as well. VGlobalReality.com is our website. Go there and get yourself a copy of the Spellcasters today. Get yourself a download. It's up there in the download shop in the middle of the page. It says download all of Josh Reeves' films and movies up here. Click down, it'll take you to the Payloads download shop. We've got all kinds of stuff in there, from audiobooks, tons of great audiobook readings in there, lots of them that aren't up on YouTube. Atlantis and the Giants, that's a great one. Our Story of Atlantis, there's several in there, some Manly P. Hall ones. Zechariah Sitchin readings, all my documentary films, mini films, all of that stuff is in there, including the Spellcasters. Spellcasters has been reduced in cost. It's now $12 for the HD version and $10 for the standard definition version. So go and get yourself a download. And Lost Secrets as well. Lost Secrets 1 and 2 are in there if you haven't seen those. It's almost 6 hours of film just between those two. Scientists searching for fossils in southern Utah have found that they certainly weren't the first to prize the traces left behind by dinosaurs. While on a break for a fossil hunt in Utah, San Juan County paleontologists explored a stone structure that had been built over a cliff overhang at least 800 years ago. While most of the building had been made from cream-colored sandstone found nearby, one piece stood out. The pinkish rock that formed the lintel over the doorway. It was covered in the fossilized tracks of a theropod dinosaur. The slab with the fossilized track appears to have been transported here from another location, then deliberately placed as the lintel in this structure by the builders. The practice of incorporating vertebrate fossils into cliff-dwelling structures in the American Southwest is heretofore unknown, and this discovery is the first such documented occurrence. And I've got a lot of stuff, pictures and video and stuff. I went to Utah a couple of years ago to shoot for Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 3, which is still on the back burner to be made, which, of course, like everything else, we don't have the funding to make it. We can't do it, you know. And that's really what we need. We need people who have the ability to put... And look, the cost it costs us to make a film versus what it costs everybody else to make a film is ridiculous. Look at the quality of the Spellcasters and then realize that movie cost a couple of $1,000s to make. It's unbelievable. And we're putting information there that nobody's putting stuff in. Lost Secrets 3 is going to have sites and things in there no one has put together yet. Same thing with Spellcasters 2. With Spellcasters 2, we are going to name 2 well-known stars in the music industry. Well, 3, actually. 3 well-known stars in the music industry that are all 3 tied to the deaths of other famous celebrities, 3 other famous celebrities, and 1 a famous person from a leader of a country. And we're going to show how these 3 individuals are also connected and tied together. And this stuff's never been put out before. And boy, you want to talk about dangerous. I mean, I'm here to tell you right now, and this is not pontification. I've never ever really felt a lot. At times I have, but I've never really felt at times like seriously like something I do, my life is going to be in danger for it. The Spellcasters 2 is that film. It's that work. The stuff that's going to be in this film is going to put my life in danger. Fact. I mean, that's all there is to it. Because I've connected the dots and found the missing pieces to some things everybody else on the rest of the planet is overlooked. And it's huge. And its implications are going to be far-reaching. And same thing with Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 3. We went to Utah. That's why I'm bringing this up. We went to Utah, and we've got footage and pictures that never even been put out yet that we shot in Utah, where we went and shot these some of the pictures have been on Facebook and stuff, but, you know, these extraterrestrial depictions and stuff, and, you know, you see these things in pictures, and they don't do them justice. You have to travel out there in the middle of God-fuck nowhere to get to these things. And when you see the pictures, you just think they're little drawings or whatever. And it isn't until you go and look and see these things yourself that you realize they're full size. There's a picture of me standing next to some of these things, and these things are 8-9 feet tall. You can tell whoever drew them, they drew them to scale. These things were giants. They were big. And, you see a lot of those video footage and pictures and stuff of those rock art paintings and stuff from Utah. But nobody ever says, well, wait a second, they show, okay, they're painting on the side of this cliffside or whatever. And really in pictures, no matter what kind of camera you use, or we use 2 or 3 different types of cameras, and from every kind of conceivable angle you could imagine at this place till we ran out of daylight. And we realized, I don't know, it started to make me think, I was thinking about this on the car ride back. We had a long car ride after that, all the way across Utah into Nevada. And on the car ride after that, it kept eating at me, and I kept thinking about that. It just made me feel like somebody did that with intent. Because I've filmed a lot of stuff, been in a lot of different places. I've never filmed anything that, no matter what angle or what kind of camera you use or what lens you use or how close or far away or zoom or anything else, it's almost impossible to get the perspective and the scale of these rock art drawings in Utah. No matter where you shoot them from, no matter where you're at, they still, once they get on film or on video, don't appear to be very big. They just look like something maybe somebody would have, about the size someone would have done on a canvas or something. That's why I was like, I got to get my picture taken. Somebody take my fucking pictures. No, if you look, there's not a lot of pictures of me, because most of the time I'm the one running the camera. So on some of the trips I had other people running cameras, which is great because then I get people to take pictures for me. And I had to do that, I had to fucking get over there and be like, I was not in a picture mode at that point because I was dirty and filthy and shit all over me. I've been going all day and cameras everywhere and, So, but I had to get my picture taken next to those things because you can't see the scale of it from a picture. Somebody wanted you to know how big these things were. And the age is what gets me as well. I mean, some of the ones that are real crystal clear, they say are upwards of 11,000 years old, and some of the other ones that you could see that were kind of faded, they're so old they won't speculate. They won't speculate. They won't even give a possible. They're so old, and so they're just layers of these. And people have been traveling to this specific site, and we're traveling to this specific site for many years to document these things there. But I'm going to be showing a lot of things, specifically with the ancient sites in America that have never been brought out before in that film. Humans may have occupied the southern cone of South America 14,000 years ago, according to a study. Oh, really? You think? More and more they're coming out with this. More and more they're talking about the Clovis people because more and more DNA stuff that goes on and analysis that gets done. The old paradigms, the old belief systems they've led us to believe fall away. It won't be long until they'll start saying, "Oh, we think these people might be Atlanteans." That's going to come soon, and they'll tie it in with the staged alien invasion thing and the rest of it. Here's another example of that. A lot of these stories we have today, for some reason, synchronistically kind of go together. The last one, this one, the next two. I mean, it's crazy. Is everything we know about how life began wrong? New theory claims DNA and RNA rose together at the same time. Most scientists back the RNA world hypothesis where RNA created DNA. A radical new theory claims that how we thought life on Earth began could be wrong. Most scientists back the RNA world hypothesis, a well-established theory for how RNA molecules evolved to create proteins and DNA. However, a new study led by scientists at the Scripps Research Institute instead says RNA and DNA evolved simultaneously 4 billion years ago. Even if you believe in an RNA-only world, you have to believe in something that existed with RNA to help move it forward. Now, wait a second, back up. They evolved simultaneously. Well, that, I don't think I really have to, I don't think I have to iterate on that, do I? I mean, if there was ever any doubt to, intelligent design, whether that's intelligently designed by, some spiritual being in the white puffy clouds in the sky, or by some extraterrestrial AI intelligence that has the ability to manipulate carbon-based matter and infuse it with intelligence. I mean, who knows? It's all up for grabs, but it definitely showing this idea, because like they said, it's been established that RNA and DNA help form the other. But saying they came about all at once and they have no explanation for that, Rise in Satanism in the occult has caused a shortage of priests able to battle the devil's work, warns the Vatican exorcist. A rise in demand for exorcism has caused a shortage of priests able to carry them out, the Vatican exorcist has warned. The church says that a sharp rise in people wanting to experiment with Satanism in the occult means that more and more people are seeking out exorcisms, believing they have been taken over by evil forces. Well, I think another thing could be the drugs are a lot better than they used to be. A lot better. A lot more widespread. Ouija boards, very easy to get. Very easy to get your hands on one of those. Yeah, pretty much any Toys R Us. You go get one of the game board the board game section. What else? You know what I've always wanted? Look, you know why it takes why a Catholic priest is the only person that can fucking do an exorcism? You ever wonder why that is? Why can't you or I do an exorcism? Why does it have to be some Catholic parishioner or priest or something? I think, based on my years of research, that the answer to that question is because they are, in fact, directly connected, not to the divine and God and the whole, they're directly connected to the motherfucking, Dark Knight devil himself. I think they're connected directly to the evil energy. What's the old term? Evil begets evil, or whatever it may be. Takes one of those motherfuckers to put the evil juju on them to get them down. That's what I think. I think the whole thing has been a setup from the beginning. I think that the Catholic Church, there's definitely evidence they've been, into demonic worship and stuff for years, and definitely have taken stuff like what was from the Templars. The Templars were into all kinds of dark black magic. And that was the whole reason why they wanted the Templars wiped out in the first place, was because the Templars, the Catholic Church saw the Templars as a threat to them because they set up the world's first credit enslavement system. They had fiat currency, they had credit, they had everything. They were getting ready to take over, and they were heavy into black magic and conjuring spirits through severed heads and communicating through severed heads and just all kinds of like the term "kiss my ass." That was another thing they would do. They would line up in the rituals. They'd line up, and each one of them would have to kiss the fucking, not the cheek. No, not the cheek. The sphincter hole. They'd have to get in there and tongue the dirty brown shithole. And that's where the fucking term "kiss my ass" came from. It goes back to the Templars as well as the credit enslavement system. The Catholic Church said, oh shit. They got back to them. They were like, fuck this. Not on our watch. Anybody's up to that kind of stuff, evil, anybody's going to enslave the world, it's going to be us. They were getting ready to take over Europe. The Templars were that powerful. That's why they had them wiped out. And so the Catholic Church absorbed all of the Templar knowledge into them, and that's how they gained their power. So I don't believe for a second these guys are exorcising demons because they're in touch with the Holy Spirit. Now, they're in touch with the Spirit, all right. Yeah, the Holy Spirit. The tongue and that's the Holy Spirit they're fucking in touch with. Tongue and the fucking rusty penny of the fucking fellow Grand Master Templar. Ugh. That's the real truth. That's why, why are there so many? Well, look, there's stuff like the Abramelin, All the ancient magical tech grimoires and all that shit, it's out there. It's a fucking internet age, man. Any stupid ass Tom, Dick, and Harry can fuck around, and whether you believe it or not, or whether or not you've come to that or not, is irrelevant. Magic is real. That's why they've spent years selling us on this idea of the rabbit taking the rabbit out of the hat and that sleight of hand stuff and telling us that's magic and then telling us magic's not real. It's all just an illusion. No, magic is real. And they've tried to keep that from getting out to the general public, but it has gotten out to the general public. And the internet age has caused a lot of what I call armchair magicians. Write that down. After you write it down, put a circle and a C that says Josh Reeves 2016 next to it, because that's mine. But write that down. Armchair magicians. I've met some. Everybody thinks they're a mage and a magi and a sorcerer and a sorceress these days. Because all that information's available and it works. Girls get hooked now in high school and stuff, man. They learn about love spells and shit. They put love spells on dudes and they work. And, it's about 50% power suggestion and 50% actual working magic. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. But what I'm saying is there are people out there now. I mean, I think it was the Abramelin, one of those magical grimoires or texts. It was banned. It was outlawed for centuries. And they locked up all the copies of it because people were literally just conjuring shit out of the thin blue air with this text. And there were news reports going back like a couple hundred years ago. Actual news reports where people were conjuring stuff got out of control. There was one city, I think in England or somewhere, where somebody conjured something with one of those magical texts. There's all these news reports about these. They didn't even really say what it was, some kind of entity, whether it was a spirit or a demon or whatever. But it wreaked fucking havoc on this town, and I guess they finally eventually got rid of it or whatever. But these Catholic Church motherfuckers aren't fooling me. And the next story just ties right into this. Satanic Temple is approved to host after-school program at Portland Elementary School. Well, yes, Portland, Oregon, home of the hipsters and bud smokers and lesbians and gays but they have an after-school. The Satanic Temple is having an after-school program now in Portland. Boy, Portland, ever the trailblazer, aren't they? Ever ahead of the curve of everyone else in the country. Portland sets the standard, and everybody else in the country just follows right along. And boy, they are proving yet again to be the trailblazers, no pun intended, with the basketball team, the Portland Trailblazers. But yet again, proving to be the trailblazers that they are by having the first after-school program. Boy, see, I say it all the time. People say, "Oh man, school now we had it so good when we were younger, man. School, it's terrible now." And they're right in many respects. It is, but I will say this: we didn't have a Satanic Temple after school program. Otherwise, I would have been there. I would have been like, "Yes, send me to the Satanic Temple after school. Fuck going home and watching after school specials and Saved by the Bell and eating fruit roll-ups. I'm going to the fucking Satanic Temple and getting my fucking devil on." Huh! This is just hilarious. Wow. The Portland, Oregon chapter of the Satanic Temple has succeeded in its efforts to bring an after-school program to a city elementary. Hey, you know what? Why not? They have them at churches. They have them at mosques. Why not have one there? I mean, I agree. Why not? Yes, hey, parents who are Satanists have kids, and those Satanist kids need to be looked after school till the parents get home from work, just like everybody else, right? And sending them to a Christian after-school program is just cruel and unusual punishment. So, here, I raise my glass to you. And get it on. At least you're not sending them to a fucking science. At least I would sooner. I will put this on my motherfucking gravestone. If I had a kid, I would sooner send my kid to the Satanic Temple after-school program than I would send them to a church after-school program or a Scientology after-school program. And you could put that in writing. I'll take my chances with the Satanists over the butt touchers and the Xenu worshipers any day of the week. Take that to the bank. Speaking of Xenu butt touchers, Scientology predictably not a fan of the South Park billboard right outside its headquarters. South Park is celebrating its 20th anniversary by parking truck-based billboards outside real-world locations lampooned in the show, and some people are not pleased. Comedy Central's marketing head Walter Levitt tells The Hollywood Reporter that representatives from the Scientology headquarters in Hollywood, the White House, and the Lincoln Memorial have attempted to get the trucks to leave their respective areas. The Scientology billboard featured a scene from the infamous Trapped in the Closet episode where the White House one depicted Barack and Michelle Obama. Levitt has the good manners not to pretend to be shocked about the complaints, admitting the marketing team knew that we would have problems. Yeah. That's hilarious. I had an assistant with me at the taping I did last year for the UK television show Conspiracy, The Hollywood Files, which, by the way, I forgot to mention yesterday. If you didn't get to see that, it never was aired in the United States. They said it was going to be aired in the United States, but it never ended up being aired in the United States. But it is on Netflix now. If you have Netflix and you go under the just added section, look for the show Conspiracy, and episode 5 is Hollywood Files, so you could see my ugly mug up on your TV on Netflix now. It's cool. Again, we all know what a cut job that was, and everybody told me it was going to be a cut job, and I did it anyway, and it ended up being a cut job. They didn't put any of the good shit I said in there, and they cut it up, manipulated it, made me look like an idiot. Basically, they made me look like somebody who makes claims that are unfounded. That was what they did, the long and the short of it. They didn't pay me a dime for it. They didn't even pay my gas money or buy me lunch to come and do it. I mean, if you're going to, come on. You'll fly a film crew from fucking England to Dallas to video me, but you won't fucking buy me lunch. I mean, give me a break, dude. That was a good indicator. But yeah, they cut everything out. But I had an assistant with me, and she was like, "Hey, what about the South Park Isaac Hayes Scientology stuff?" And the film crew was like, "No, nope, no, we're done, nope." I mean, they were freaking out. They were like, "No, we're not doing it. We're not talking about." They did They shut that down. They shut down any mention of it. Found that interesting. Found that very interesting. Of course, same old shit, different day. But yeah, that is up on Netflix now. So maybe I was in hopes when I did it that maybe it would bring in, some new supporters, new listeners, whatever. But I mean, with the way they portrayed me in that, it ain't gonna happen. Anyway, but it is up there now. I think that's all the news we have to cover today. Again, folks, we're pretty much out of time now, and we've got to have 100% of our operating cost goal. We have nobody that's in the running for the big prize yet. I want to see somebody come in and win that big prize pack this month. Nobody's won on the past couple of months. We need somebody to win this big prize pack. We're throwing in a signed Blu-ray of Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 1 with it, $1,500 worth of gemstones and minerals. You can check the video out. And every $100 contribution is going to get a free download of your choice from the download shop and a lifetime membership to the archives until midnight Friday night. So go and get that now. Don't hesitate. If the campaign banner expires on the page and it says you can't contribute to anymore, it says campaign ended, but yet you see that we haven't met our goal, just go directly to the donate button at my website and use that if you see that the goal hasn't been met. So if you come, for instance, if I say midnight Friday night, if the time zone difference, if you get on there and it says the campaign's ended and it's 3 or 4 hours, whatever, I'll give you like a 10-hour window. I can give you until like 10 a.m. 9 a.m. Central Time Saturday morning. You know, if you don't happen to get it, but that's as far as we can go. Well, we've got to have this 100% by tomorrow, so please go there and help us out. All right, here it is. Get that in the shot there. The History of Freemasonry by Albert Gallatin Mackey. Chapter 1, Prehistoric Masonry.